Don't love them, don't hate them. They've been a consistent brand that I've kind of liked throughout the years, but when their Shape Tape foundation range hit the internet, we all gasped and threw up.
Since we've been doing a lot of videos on the channel shading brands, I thought I'd come on and expose the shadiest brands of all. Makeup companies. And since I'm an avid follower of gossip channels, it's just astounding to see how much drama there is in the beauty community on YouTube. So I wanted to spill some of that tea on the channel for you guys today. Hey, what's up Iowers, it's Mackenzie Smith here, and today on the channel we're going to be doing a little bit of exposing. And I'm going to be listing the top 10 makeup brands that are extremely problematic. Starting off at number 10, we have Morphe. So Morphe is an interesting one because they seem to be a great company that's all about working with influencers, but with a lot of the recent drama that's come out about them, people are second guessing their love for the brand. With all that's come out, people are accusing them of not caring about their quality and just exploiting influencers to make a quick buck. One of the biggest scandals they are involved in right now has to do with the Jaclyn Hill Original Palettes formula being changed out of nowhere. And the biggest deal here is that with the new formula change, the palettes are no longer vegan, which is really important to a lot of consumers. Another thing shady about the company is that there's a lot of speculation online that Crown and Morphe are the same company. One user wrote on Reddit, quote, "Morphe does private labeling. That means they don't create their own products. They buy products already created by another brand and put their name or logo on them, with a few small changes of course." And if that's true, that means that the formulas they claim to develop are bull, and you could be buying the same products from Crown for much cheaper, I'm sure. The next up at number 9, ColourPop. So ColourPop is generally beloved by its users, and for good reason, as the company makes great makeup products that are very affordable. But the company has had some sketchy things surrounding it that have caused me to ask some questions. One blunder was when they released their sculpting sticks, and after customers realized their darkest shades were named Typo and Yikes, some called the company out for being disrespectful to its customers of color. There was also some controversy after the company was accused of selling contaminated lipsticks, after some customers had issues with the lipsticks they received in their Disney collections, saying that they had white fuzz, hair, and black dots on the exterior of the product. The funniest part about all this was all happening very shortly after Jaclyn Hill's lipstick gate that we all know about. So luckily for ColourPop, everyone was too focused on Jaclyn to call them out. Next up at number 8, Tarte. Tarte got in some huge drama when they released their shade line for their Shape Tape foundation, which was a follow-up to their best-selling concealer. People were shocked and disgusted to learn that they were releasing 15 shades, but 90% of them were just various shades of white. Well, there were only 2 colors for women of color. One person that brought this to light for a lot of people, including myself, was Jeffree Star. He actually called them out in his video, Full Face of Brands That Hate Me, when he said what we were all thinking and called the brand out for their embarrassing launch. The brand then quickly came out saying that this was not meant to be the full line, and they were intending on adding 10 more shades as soon as possible. But people took that to be a lame excuse that made people of color an afterthought. It was also even more upsetting to people because the concealer had a really good range of shades, and was pretty inclusive to everyone. So it's really strange that they would make that decision with this line. For an update, the brand did keep its promise, and now there are tons of shades of the foundation, but something tells me most women of color probably still won't be buying it. In at number 7, Gerard Cosmetics. So Gerard Cosmetics used to be affiliated with a lot of beauty gurus back in the day, but not so much anymore. In 2015, the owner of the brand audibly called a blogger that gave her brand a bad review the ugliest person ever. And then when beauty guru Karina Kaboom came out to condemn the owner's statements, the company blocked her on all social medias and allegedly barred other brands that the company had partnered with from working with her. Ugh, salty much? The feud escalated so much that Jaclyn Hill actually had to drop her best-selling collab with the brand and had to stop associating with them whatsoever. And considering the fact that I have never heard of them, I'm guessing people didn't want to buy from a shady company like that. Next up at number 6, Lime Crime. So Lime Crime is another company with a slew of scandals surrounding it. Its founder, Doe Deary, had threatened legal action against countless bloggers that reviewed their products negatively, even one that was a child, as well as defended a palette that was called out for cultural appropriation that was called China Doll. As well, the founder allegedly had been called out for being a racist, as she was discovered to have dressed as Hitler for Halloween. Additionally, the company's servers were hacked back in the day, which resulted in a lot of customers' info being stolen. And instead of getting ahead of it, the brand denied it for weeks. And then when they couldn't avoid it anymore, they notified customers in an Instagram post, not even through their emails. And lastly, their Velveteen liquid lipsticks were also investigated by the FDA because they contained dangerous chemicals, and those chemicals are reportedly still in the formula to this day. So yeah, I'd say this brand is a complete mess and should probably be avoided for the health of your face. Halfway through at number 5, Kylie Cosmetics. So even Kylie's had her fair share of mishaps when it comes to her beauty launches. It all started when her lipstick applicators were called out for being terrible, but thankfully she did end up changing it. But there was also a huge theory back in the day that her lipsticks were actually just ColourPop's old products repackaged. And since they're made out of the same factory and the formulas are really similar, it kind of makes some sense. There were even claims that her palettes gave people headaches, with at least 15 customers filing complaints with the Better Business Bureau that they smelled chemicals and glue when they opened the brand's Royal Peach eyeshadow palette. And then she had a very shaky rollout of her skincare, where many dermatologists were calling her out for putting walnuts in her face scrub, which many say is far too abrasive for the skin. Next up at number 4, Kat Von D. So Kat Von D has also been involved in some crazy scandals. She was even featured in my top 10 on brands that were destroyed by social media. One of her many scandals happened when she named a red shade of her lipsticks underaged red, which consumers felt promoted the sexualization of girls and young women. And even after all the backlash, she defended it, and it's still able for sale. She also had a similar scandal with a shade called Celebutard, and I have no idea what that means, but it just doesn't sound right, and she thankfully ended up pulling this one from Sephora. She also got in some trouble after saying she was not going to vaccinate her kids, and now the company is actually no longer called Kat Von D Beauty anymore because of her scandals. It's now been rebranded as KVD Beauty, with the initials no longer standing for her name. Next up at number 3, Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Since Jeffree is one of the most controversial people out there, of course his makeup brand would have some controversies of its own. A lot of the backlash has to do with Jeffree himself, with a lot of people labeling him as a racist for past comments which he has now apologized for. But he's also known for having negative interactions with people on Twitter, with one person who found a hair in her skin frost getting a replacement, but also getting blocked on Twitter. There was also a scandal around him refusing to pay the artist that made his logo, which was revealed during his feud with Kat Von D. But the artist has said that the issue was resolved, so Jeffree's off the hook for this one. But he's also constantly called out for cultural appropriation, with him wearing hairstyles like cornrows and dreads that African Americans find offensive. In at number 2, Too Faced. Oh, I didn't even put it together like that, lol. Too Faced. So Too Faced is another brand that is constantly in scandals because of their shady business dealings and because of its founder, Jared Blandino, and his crazy sister. One of the many issues the pair got into was when they insulted Jeffree Star by referring to his brand as clown makeup. Then they also got in hot water with Nicki Tutorials and her fans. The first bit of outrage happened after people discovered that Nicki was only paid a measly $50,000 for the collab that she did with Too Faced back in the day, even though the brand made millions off of her. Then it got worse when Nicki revealed that they had changed the formula and then hid negative reviews from her. And then they were cancelled yet again when the owner's sister made some transphobic comments about Nicki. After this, the brand was forced to let her go, and they posted a tweet rejecting her statement and saying that they stood with Nicki. And now a ton of people in the social media space just can't look at them the same way again. I really can't blame them. And finally, taking the number 1 spot, Huda Beauty. Huda. She has been in so many scandals, and for a lot of them, she dragged her brand right down with her. One that I've talked about a million times on the channel is her drama with Beauty Bakery, where everyone thought she had copied the concept, packaging, and photo shoot of their line. Then there was the recent scandal where everyone thought she'd copied ColourPop's concept for spring palettes. And then she's also been in a few scandals where people have accused her of being low-key racist, like when she promoted vaginal bleaching on her blog, claiming that it was a real issue when many people agreed that it's actually not. And considering how messy Huda is, I'm betting she'll probably be in some more scandals shortly. Okay guys, well that's all for the video. Let me know which makeup brand is the worst, or if there are any that I missed that could be in a part 2. I'm sure there are just so many out there. Now I want to shout out a few comments from my coronavirus fails that are not helping video. Denise said, "This Corona beer thing is dumb." And then I just love how someone responded under that saying that when they went to the store, the entire beer section was cleared out except for Corona beer. Aw. Yeah, agreed. Guys, don't blame Corona beer. They didn't do nothing wrong. Then Jasmine David said, "Why does IO make me less freaked out about all the crazy in the world right now? Either way, keep up IO, I love you." Thanks so much, Jasmine. Yeah, I feel like during this time is when we really need to be making YouTube videos the most, because you know, you guys need to be entertained while you're locked down. So yeah, we're gonna be trying to make as many videos as possible, you know, to keep you guys entertained. Then another user said, "I feel sorry for those of us with allergies. Coughing and sneezing are common reactions for allergy sufferers when pollen counts climb. Like spring, for instance. My whole family suffers from allergies of some kind." And yeah, that's just the I'm sure you're getting so many dirty looks anytime you go outside and you cough or sneeze, and Guys, we shouldn't be doing that. Like, you know, be cautious, don't be standing close to anyone, but also don't give people dirty looks for just having human reactions to things. I mean, we all cough, doesn't mean we all have the virus. Then Kiki V said, just imagine how the people in Corona, California feel right now. Okay, I actually had to double check that this was a real place. But wow, I'm sure a lot of people are avoiding that city right now. Okay guys, well that is all for the video. Like and subscribe down below if you like, and follow the team on our socials if you want to be kept up to date with us. Mine's down below if you want to check it out. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.